I'm Michael Shepard with New Mexico Men's Wellness, and I'm here with Matthew Blank, who is another a member of New Mexico Men's Wellness. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Matthew.
Sure. I'm a former resident of New Mexico. I lived in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. I currently live in Longmont, Colorado, outside of Boulder. I'm a husband, a father, a social worker, and a guy who loves New Mexico Men's Wellness.
That's great. Great to be meeting with you again. I have fond memories of hanging out with you at our fall conference that we do each year up in Ghost Ranch. So how did you find out about New Mexico Men's Wellness?
My wife came across a flyer and passed it along to me. So I called, and I remember I got one of the brothers who I know very well now on the phone and was asking questions about it. And interesting thing for me is, without knowing anything about a group and just looking at a flyer, I didn't know, like, what do I need to hear so that I know that this is for me, or that I want to invest, my whole weekend going away with a bunch of guys that I don't know. And I didn't know what it was that I needed to know. And as I was talking to Charlie, it occurred to me, I said, well, what happened? There's this schedule with all these events. Like, what happens if I don't feel like going to one of them? Or if I just feel like doing my own thing? And I'm thinking to myself, well, if this is some kind of a cult or something like that, then, then that's not going to work. And what he said was, this is about you. It's going to be what you put into it. And so if you decide that something isn't for you, or that you need to walk off and go, take a hike into the canyon, or disappear somewhere, then that's your journey. And that had me right there. So this was, I think it was 2012 was my first fall conference, and I didn't know anybody there. And I was wondering, when I got there, I got my t-shirt, is this for me? Am I really going to connect with anyone? I don't know what's going on. And in the opening ceremony, because they're always different, there was a candlelight ceremony where everybody got a candle and everybody moved into this spiral formation. It just came over me that the power of that everyone is here on their own journey, by their own choice, to do the work and to engage openly with what comes up. And I could just see it somehow, it flipped over for me, seeing it as this corny thing where there's 100 guys in the room holding a candle, to being like, man, this is ceremony. This is that thing that almost all of us crave, the connection, the space to do the work, to expand our circle in brotherhood. It just, like that, it just hit me. And it seems that's a common experience for people, as I love seeing people come to the weekend for the first time and the transformation they go through in just a matter of days, in opening up and seeing their brothers open up, and seeing the elders show up to share their wisdom, and to see the history that's reflected in the rituals and the ceremony. It's a very cumulative gestalt, powerful thing. It's how do you say all that?
You just said it beautifully. One thing you said that caught my interest, Matthew, is you said that you got a flyer that your wife handed you, and if you're comfortable speaking about it, how does your work with New Mexico Men's Wellness benefit your relationship and your home life?
Whew, what a question. Tremendously. Even pre-COVID, I found, for many of the reasons that I think are common, for many of us, I have family commitments and a day job. I don't get a lot of time with the brothers that I have in my life. We don't get a lot of FaceTime. There isn't enough sharing. And I'm a father, and there are always things coming up for me. How to be a better father, how to, what do I need to deal with from my family of origin, and things that come up for me in my other family relationships with my wife and extended family. And so I get the opportunity to share what I need to share, to be heard, and to hear other people and how they work through, their issues as a parent, as a partner, as a guy, trying to make it in this crazy world. And I get to know that these guys, as long as I show up, like, these guys are going to show up too. Like, from the handful of conferences I've physically been to now, I know guys of different ages who I can turn to. And as I see them at conferences over the years, I get to hear how their experience has changed. So all these things help me feel stronger and supported, and and confident. All those things that we need, I get those. And well,
Fantastic. That's great. That's great, Matthew. Yeah. Wonderful. So Matthew, thanks so much for letting us know a little bit about yourself and your involvement with New Mexico Men's Wellness. And if anyone is interested in learning more about New Mexico Men's Wellness, please go to nmmw.org, and you'll see more information about our 6 annual conferences and other evening and weekly men's group options. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.